I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
What's up, family? What's up, family? What's going on? Port City coming right back at y'all with this African history, culture, and greatness. I really hope you guys are doing all right in there. All right in there. Thank y'all for hopping on in here. If you haven't followed or subscribed, go ahead and do that. If you like the content that you see here, I would appreciate a like. I would appreciate a follow. Go ahead and support the channel. We got to talk about the mass PretendIndian extermination that's going down, family. It's a mass PretendIndian extermination. That's right. You heard it here, family. Stay tuned for April the 22nd. That weekend, we're going to be just tearing turkey feathers apart, breaking arrows, broken wooden arrows. I mean, you know, we torching teepees and everything on the PretendIndians. Okay. On the PretendIndians. Okay. So, go ahead and come on back to that, okay? I'm going to be doing a little bit on my live between now and then, and we're going to have the grand introduction to the presentation on Sutton's live, so make sure you follow him too. On one of my videos, I tagged him, so if you're looking for his channel, check my videos, and him and Mo are in the tag. So all of my TikTok family, thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate y'all too. My day one TikTok folks, I appreciate y'all. But let's get back at these jive turkeys. All right. There's a lot of people freaking out now. I don't understand. People getting all shook up. And you know, it's crazy. Just to be clear, this ain't no personal shit. This is all about you know, education and the right education and telling the historical record accurately and not putting no stink on it, not putting a spin on it, you know, and sensationalizing it and making it something that it's not, and denying, you know, the African history. A lot of the African history is being severed or being told in a weird way, and it's not conducive to the people. All right, fam. But I want to get right into it. I like to share my screen, man, because you know, that's what we do here. But here's an example of how these jive turkeys can get out here. They put that information out, and I'm not the only one that's cutting into that ass. You got other people's too. I want y'all to check this video out. Let me see if I can share my screen though. Hang on. Well, dang it. I gotta find the dang video, family. My bad, y'all. But this is insane, man. People out here tripping and not really telling an accurate record. What I'm doing is trying to find a video for y'all. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. If y'all hear any background noise, I apologize. My mic is my main mic is out right now, so I don't really got a good mic. All right, let's go back. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Shout out to YK the Truth. I was on my YouTube and I saw this video and I'm like, damn, everybody is getting sick and tired of the bullshit. It ain't only me that's getting sick and tired of the the miseducation of our people. But this was funny. He calls my man out in this shit.
Because pretendians love to say that Indians were black, but never go in depth about their hair. Why? Pretendians love to quote European explorers on how they noticed that the natives were dark skinned, but always leave out the length and texture of their hair. They keep us hypnotized on the fact that the natives had color, but never speak on the differences such as hair length and texture. Pretendians love to focus only on the skin color and rarely.
Who do we have here? Who do we have here? See, I'm not the only one that's smelling that bullshit that you stepping in, my brother.
On the hair. Peep this.
Proof that the American Indians is black in 1 minute. According to this book right here, 1812. The Bahamas, when discovered by Columbus, are stated to have been inhabited by a numerous race of Indians of a mild, peaceable disposition, indolent in their habits, and little, if at all, accustomed to cultivation of the soil. They are described as being of a dark and dingy hue with long black hair.
Now you see how he said of being of a dark and dingy hue. He put more energy with the darkness than he did with the long hair. See, they keep us focused on the skin color, but they leave out that part. Long black hair.
And with their bodies painted with different colors. Now let's go.
Now look at this brother right here. Does he have long black hair? Does he have long black hair?
This is funny.
No. No, he doesn't.
Yo, y'all got to check out the rest of that video, fam. Y'all have got to check the rest of that video. Shout out to YK the Truth, man. But yeah, man, when you post your bullshit in there and people can smell it and they pick up on these things. But let's go back to what he said pertaining to some other stuff that he was talking about here. They stay capping, family, and this is what happens, man, when you put yourself in a box like that. You just got yourself stuck right now. And you got yourself stuck. I'm gonna see how much of this can I. Oh, hang on. I know y'all hear it, but I'm trying to. Yo, you out in deep water, my friend. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you, my friend, but you just had to not listen. All right, let me see if I can share my screen real quick, family. Let's see, Rockshire.
One-time thing when I smoke my cigar. Swisher, look at this guy discriminating against me. And destroying all indoctrination. Like I said, my life or got weed. I don't even smoke weed, dude. he is discriminating against me in 4K. This is crazy. But yeah, this is you fulfill it now. Listen. Like I said, my lives is about breaking and destroying history that's been taught to us, and
breaking and destroying history that's been taught to us. All right.
Destroying all indoctrinations that was taught to us. I'm here to destroy the belief, the theory of belief, and give you knowledge and understanding. I want you to know. I don't want you to believe. I want you to know. So the concept of slavery, it's a belief.
Okay. So the concept of slavery was a belief. That's what you're saying. With your drink, I got you.
The concept of white masters, it's a belief. The concept of Native Americans being original to America, it's a belief.
Oh, I see how you put that in there. The concept of Native Americans being indigenous to America is a belief. Okay, carry on.
The concept of you being, having origins to Africa or your ancestors is from Africa. It's a belief.
Whoa. So the concept of having ancestors from Africa or coming from Africa is a belief.
Nothing factual. No nation can prove you came from Africa.
No nation can prove we came from Africa.
They use this thing called lookership. They look at you and say, you look like an African. Then when you ask them, which African do I look like? Oh, you like Congo. You like somebody from Congo. Okay, let's pull up the Congo phenotype and see, do I match the Congo phenotype? Oh, their foreheads is big as hell. And they have low eyes.
Are you talking shit about the Congos? Their foreheads are big as hell.
Eyes, and their hair is not even my texture whatsoever. My phenotype is completely different from the tribes of Congo. So what other person do I look like? Because you can clearly see I don't look like a person from Congo. So who else do I look like? I wonder. Oh, you look Bantu. Bantu? I think you're just saying things now. Because you don't have African knowledge. You don't know all the tribes in Africa. So you just say silly, stupid things, tribes that was actually made up more recently, to be real.
Hold up. I'm going to remind y'all, family, of the damn. Let's not forget this, yo. I'm going to remind y'all of the damn debate we had.
And you said go straight to the results, correct?
Yeah, I just was curious about your DNA results.
Okay.
Your DNA ancestry.
I'm going to the results right now. Okay. My results, it says Nigerian, 38%. Cameroon, Congo, West Bantu people, 18%. Ivory Coast, Ghana, 14%. Benin, Togo, 10%. Senegal, 5%. England, well, you're just interested in the African part, right?
Mostly, I just wanted to see what percentage-wise of African DNA is running through your veins, my brother.
Okay, it says 30. Well, we got that part. Okay. Nigeria's East Central, 2%. And that's all I see. Oh, yeah, Mali, 4%.
So here you have it. This brother's DNA, not from me, but from him. And that's what these cats do. He was brave enough to show his DNA, but that was the biggest nail in his coffin ever. Okay, the biggest nail. Because how can you have all of this West African in you and deny that you a whole West African? I really don't get that. I really don't get that with these cats. I really, really don't. But we gonna carry on.
Be real. Like Nigerian, that was made up in 1890. Know what I'm saying? Benin, Togo, all that mess was made up around the 1890s, especially 1942. So for you to call me African, that's a Latin word. I'm not the descendant of no white man. I'm not.
So hold on, let me get this straight now. You're calling me an African? I'm not the descendant of a white man with his Cavassier in his hand. Africans aren't white, bro. Okay. True Africans are black folks. Now you can live in Africa and be a white person and considered, you're living in that, all of that dumb semantics and shit. But black folks come from Africa, bro. Your DNA comes from Africa. Your DNA, my DNA. I'm 55% Nigerian. I ain't denying none of that shit. But now he's like, well, Nigeria, they didn't start calling Nigeria. Of course, the colonization of Africa took place. You had places. Ghana wasn't called Ghana. It was Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou. You had Ouida. You had you just had different names. Okay. The names changed, but the landmass stayed there since time immemorial.
Descendant of no Latins. That's crazy. There's no person in the world that was named Africa and he is the progenitor of all Africans.
All right. Okay. We're going to move on a little bit. This is wild, bro. This is wild, bro.
Here we are. The free Negro heads of families in the United States in 1830. Why are you bringing this out, Natural?
Now, this is his source. This is what he's talking about to tell you the truth about slavery. And he's trying to make the case that it didn't happen because of the book that he's quoting out of, which is a Carter G. Woodson book. I don't think this brother really knows who's Carter G. Woodson is, but I'm gonna let the video play.
Did I just not say your concept of slavery is fallacies? Did I not just say that? Prior to 1790, it was almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. Did you read the first line? Did you understand the first line? Let me say it again. Prior to 1790, we talking about before the 1800s. Prior to 1790, it was almost impossible. Almost impossible. That's close to damn near impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. If you want to know the book I'm reading from, it's a historic book they would not read to you in school. It's called this. Free N-word heads of families in the United States in 1830. All right. By Carter G. Woodson.
Okay, stop right there. I don't think you understand who Carter G. Woodson was and what he stood for and what he was about. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up this information pertaining Carter G. Woodson so we can have full transparency on the author of the book. Okay, so that's what we're going to do up in here. Real quick, real fast. I'm going to share my screen one more again, and where we at? Okay, bam. Who was Carter G. Woodson? Let's go over this real good and slow, family. We're going to go through this real slow. Okay, so Carter G. Woodson, born on December the 19th, 1875, and he passed away on April the 3rd, 1950. Got to put on my glasses real quick. Was an American historian, author, journalist, and the founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. He was one of the first scholars to study the history of African diaspora. Okay, let's make that freaking clear. The book that you're quoting from, this dude devoted his life on African studies. He was the first scholar to study the history of the African this diaspora, including African history, I'm sorry, including African American history, a founder of the Journal of Negro History in 1916. You don't know anything about Carter G. Woodson. You need to read The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. Let me finish. Woodson has been called the father of Black history. In February of 1926, he launched the celebration of Negro History Week, the precursor of Black History Month. Woodson was an important figure in the movement of Afrocentrism. Okay? Africa, 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 Africa. Okay? Due to his perspective of placing people of African descent at the center of the study of history and the human experience. So what the fuck are you talking about? Pulling Mr. Carter G. Woodson's book and trying to make it sound like he had some type of confusion on slavery. That's your problem. That's your biggest problem, man. If you're going to read books, read them right. Okay? He's all about people of African descent, not Indian descent, not Chickasaw descent. All right? So when you pick up one of these books, you got to make sure that you are understanding what you're reading. You must. How can you make these claims? The book that you picked up a Carter G. Woodson book, and you trying to make it seem like there was a confusion about folks of African descent. The only person that's confused is you, because you are the miseducated Negro about the history of Carter G. Woodson. It's very clear. It is very clear. I'm not sure what's wrong with you, bro.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
You see what I'm saying, fam? This is amateur night. Total amateur night. All right. I would go on, but I ain't even gonna go on no more. I think that was enough. I really do. I think that was enough. This dude picked up a Carter G. Woodson book and he's trying to make it sound like, I'll finish the video. I don't think I played the rest of the video though, but I don't know if I want to finish it. I don't know, but I got to let y'all see, because I think I cut it off too early, but let's see exactly what he's saying.
PhD. Don't know. Wait, hold on. Do I got the year down there? And it says the association, this where it's from. It says the Association for the Study of N-Word Life and History Incorporated, Washington, D.C. You notice it didn't say Africa, right? They're hominids.
I just told y'all who Carter G. Woodson
Y'all
was.
crazy.
And
Leave poor city alone. He you know he going through the my bad. See the drink getting to me.
Yeah.
Through depression right now. Leave poor city alone, man. He going through depression. He going through a midlife crisis.
Really?
His Pan-African theory has been breached.
What?
So now I got that man reading books, bro.
Yeah, we're reading.
That's exactly what I wanted to.
We're reading your book.
To do that. You know what I'm saying? So it could be better next time if it does happen. But it says prior to 1790, it is almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. In fact, we do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. Imported from where? Imported from where? Because we had N-words being imported from Ireland, Britain, the Scots, France, Portugal, especially Spain. We had some getting shipped out of Asia. We had some being shipped out of Australia. We got different N-words around the world being shipped, imported by black people, not white people. That's the funny thing that y'all didn't know. It ain't white people that's sending black people. It's black people sending black people. That's another funny thing, a major dagger y'all don't understand. But it says I read it again. In fact, we do not yet know. They would never know because they lied. We do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. According to Kerry, the total number up to 1808 aggregated about 340,000. Wait a minute. What did slave voyage say? Slave voyage. Slavevoyage.org. I told you I'm here to teach you something. I want to make it so simple that you can understand. Even if my followers get down to freaking 12, y'all gonna get this understanding. What did slave voyage say? He said, search these records. These not even records. To learn about the broad origins and forced relocations. It wasn't forced. They was indentured servants. They had contracts of more than 12 million African people sent across the Atlantic slave ships. What did this book just say? It said prior to 1790, we talking all the way 1619, 1592, 1492. It says it is almost impossible to figure out exactly how many N-words were slaves and how many were free. In fact, we do not yet know how many N-words were actually imported as slaves. It says, according to Kerry, the total number up to 1808. You can just put it back in there. I ain't gonna eat in there. Thank you. It says aggregated about 340,000. Why did they say 12 million Africans? And remember, the word African is a broad statement because we got white Africans, we got Asian Africans, we got Arab Africans, we got different nations.
All right, I had to stop that. That was just getting crazy. Now he's talking about all of these so-called random everybody African. Now we got white Africans, Asian Africans, and all this other crazy mess. The book that he read was illustrated during the 1800s. Okay, and we're talking about Negro, Black people. We're talking about people of African descent. That's what that book's talking about. It's talking about how free Blacks and enslaved Blacks had to deal with America. That book right there that he's talking about talks about interracial mixing between white folks and Black folks. Let's go to the book and see. I'm gonna share my screen one more damn time just so we can go into the book and see what the hell is going on. All right, just so we can see what the hell is going on. Poor City don't read. Oh, we gonna read today, bro. We gonna read today. All right. Let me go back to life. All right. So give me an opportunity if you don't mind, family. I'm gonna share my screen one more damn time. I want to try to get all of this stuff in the video real quick, y'all. So we're gonna share the entire screen. We're gonna get this out of here. We're gonna blow this up. All right. And now we're gonna okay. Same book, same source. Let's read. Damn, I messed up. I didn't want to go to this page. Hang on. Damn, did I mess up? Did I mess up? Where did it go? Where did it go? Damn, I messed up. Give me a minute, family. We're going to find it. Okay. I just want to get one one source on here. Damn, where'd it go? Preventing the increase of free Negroes. This book is just talks about the life and times of growing up in the environment where you had some mixing going on. And it specifies that in detail and how folks was classified. All right, my bad. I'm sorry, family. It took me a minute to get back up here. I think this is it. I'm gonna start reading. I'll figure it out later. Okay, it says preventing the increase of the free Negro. Okay, persons. Damn, I gotta put on my glasses again. All right, yeah. Persons who profess seriously to consider the future of slavery. There is that word slavery. I thought it never happened, but it's here in the book. Therefore, saw that the miscongeniation and especially the general cohabitation of white men with their female slaves introduced a mulatto race whose numbers would become dangerous. If the affections of their white parents were permitted to render them free. We're talking about slavery. White men, females, with their female slaves having kids, determining whether or not they're going to be free. So there's some type of confusion when it comes to that part of the history. The Americans of the future would thereby become a race of mixed breed rather than continue as a white and black population. Okay. Reading further, as the lust of white persons for those of color was too strong to prevent this miscongeniation, the liberty of emancipating their mulatto offspring was restricted in the slave states. He's talking about slavery didn't exist. We're talking about slavery in this book, but of selling them remain. These laws eventually, therefore, had their desired effect. They were never intended to prevent the miscongeniation of the races, but to debase to a still lower status the offspring of blacks who, in spite of the public opinion, might intermarry with poor white women. See, this is talking about interracial things going on in this time period and who's considered free and not free when you're still living in a land where a man can be enslaved. Okay. They were designed as to leave women of color without protection against white men who might use them for convenience, whereas white women and black men would gradually grow separate and distinct in their social relations. Although thereafter, their offsprings of blacks and whites did not diminish, instead of being gradually assimilated to the type of Caucasian that tend to constitute a particular class commonly called people of color, having a higher status than that of the blacks, but finally classified with other persons of African blood as Negroes. Africa, 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 Africa. This is not no confusion on whether or not these are Indians. This is just talking about interracial things going on during slavery and before. It's just saying how these offsprings are being classified. That's the confusion. You had a one drop rule that classified anybody that had African blood, like you see, as a Negro. So understand what the hell you're reading. Understand who the hell Carter G. Woodson, who he is or was. I'm sorry. The late, great Carter G. Woodson. All right. Don't come up here on Amateur Night with a Carter G. Woodson book. We all know the man gave his life to study African history. Like he devoted his life, all his life. That's what he was studying. That's what he was about. He studied the African diaspora, and he had the back of Africans of African descent. What is you talking about, fam? This is ridiculous. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. I don't understand. Y'all are some jive ass turkeys. That's all. I could go longer. I can go forever with this shit. And like I said, this is a marathon. We calling all jive ass turkeys out. We breaking them wooden arrows apart. We torching the TPs on the fake pretendians. If you ain't fake, we ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to you. I respect all people who have a knowledge of self, including Indians or whatever. But what you won't do is erase the African history. What you won't do is shit on the African Holocaust and say it didn't happen. All right, fam. And I'm going to be right back at y'all with some more African history, culture, and greatness. I'm going to be right back at y'all. All right, fam. I got to go. If you haven't followed Sutton, make sure you follow him. All right, family. If you like what y'all saw, go ahead and support Port City. You can go to my website, portcityvibe.com, and you can always hit me with the Cash App. That helps me buy the books and help me get the content and stuff. I thought I'd put that in there for y'all, okay? But I love y'all. Like I said, I'm going to come right back at y'all as soon as I can. If Susan from the Adjustment Syndicate get on tonight, I might be on a live banging on y'all jive ass turkeys over there too. Okay. So peace out, everybody. I appreciate y'all.